Browns defensive end Myles Garrett has been reinstated by the NFL. If we all recall, Garrett was the one that struck a Steelers player with a helmet during a game, which ultimately is resulted in him being quote unquote kicked out of the league in the first place. But right now we look at it and he's back. It's the offseason, and at the end of the day, it was 6 games. 6 games. And I think it's the right decision. After thinking about it a little bit here, I mean, in the sporting world, it's equipment used in a fight. I know everybody will bring up the assault thing, but he didn't go run up to somebody in the street and club him in the back of the head. It was an on-the-field action. It's not the first time we've seen in sports where somebody uses some form of equipment as a weapon in a game. It should not be taken lightly. CTE is a real thing and something that obviously needs to be heavily, talked about when stuff like this happens. But at the end of the day, it was an on-the-field thing, and you got to give guys, I think, a second chance. I've always been a big believer in that. You got to give these, emotions are going to run high. They're going to learn from something like this and realize, hey, I can't do that again. But you have to give them the ability to learn from it, and that's what the NFL is doing here. I think you reinstate him in the offseason, a time like this, when there's not a lot going on, because then, when the regular season comes on, he's not a distraction to the team. He's not in the NFL spotlight. You don't wait till week 2 or 3 and say, oh, we're going to reinstate Myles Garrett and then bring everything up, give everybody, cooler heads time to prevail here. And you look at it, I think the one issue everybody's going to talk about here, because like I said, I think the 6 games is great for him, but the number one thing that's going to get brought up comparing this, and it's, players being suspended indefinitely and taken out of the league and seeing 4-game, 8-game, 10-game suspensions for smoking weed. Something at this day and age a lot of people don't even believe should be a rule in the first place that you get in trouble for, let alone that sort of suspension, comparing it to the severity of somebody getting clubbed in the side of the head. So to sit there and think that gets 4, that gets 8, that gets an indefinite suspension, but this gets 6, it sounds kind of crazy. But you got to remember, first time offense there on the, I guess, assault charges. I don't know what you want to call it there. We'll call it that, the striking of the helmet. And I think it's more of a bigger glaring issue, and we all already know it. It's just the rules in place by the NFL as far as suspending players, the policies they go by. It's so wishy-washy on every single case. It seems case by case gets treated differently for different scenarios, and they almost make up the rules as they go. That's where the underlying issue really is here. I think the suspensions or guys that get caught with the marijuana or smoking it, that may just need to be something that it needs to be revised and fixed, more opposed to the fact that Myles Garrett only got 6 games. I think 6 games is a healthy suspension for him. Hopefully it's something he bounces back from and can become a better person for it.